Okay, we're here, ready to rock and roll. It's all the way up. Well, this the news for today. It's all the way up. Hope everybody's doing great. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to my news segment. We will still have my regular live streams if I can ever catch up with the news. It's a lot going on, a lot of emotions flying through the air. So we're going to get into it. Good to see you, Simeon, Kyra, Exabir, William. Good to see you. More power. Good to see you. Alexis, always a pleasure. XYZ, Rosterman, good to see everyone. Come on in, come on in. Here we go with some more crazy news. Here we go. Well, I'm just your neighborhood friendly newsman. I'm getting a lot of backlash just reporting the news, a lot of emotions. Good to see you too, Kyra. A lot of emotions, so I understand it. Try to contain your emotions. I'm just doing my job telling the news. I've had a relative ask me whose side I'm on. I said I'm on the side of the U.S. That's where I live at. Like, I'm not going to be on the side that wants to blow me up. But if you know, duh. Not, what do you want me to do? Of course, I want the USA to win the war. I don't want them to lose, not while I'm over here. But I guess so. Other than that, I don't have any emotions involved with this situation. I don't think it's a good time to second guess President Trump. That won't do any good at this point. But a lot is going on. Of course, I'm always here to help my subscribers. The beautiful KL Mitchell is here. Hi, cutie pie. So I'm going to do my job and tell the news. Yeah, Drizzy, some people don't like me telling the news. Go figure. Right? They want to vent about who they like and all that, which is weird to me. I don't know why I gotta know, but I guess. I don't know what it has to do with the news, but it is what it is. I can tell you this, you're on YouTube, which is a little strange. YouTube is not any different, but okay. YouTube is brought to you by the USA. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I can say before I start the news, you wonder which one of these phony people voted for Trump, right? Some of these people that are venting, wouldn't you like to know who they voted for? I guarantee you a lot of these is, oh, this is voted for Trump. I guarantee you. You can't trust the internet, man. Yeah, people will be flipping and flopping. But yeah, I support Israel and the USA 100 billion, trillion percent because I'm in the USA. I don't want the USA to get blown up because I'm in the USA. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Is anybody in the USA and wants to see the USA get blown, want to see themselves get blown up? If so, put a thumbs down in the chat. I'd like to see. You know what I'm saying? No, it's US. I'm in Chicago. It's USA, USA, baby. I can't be taking no L's. But I don't know. But things are serious, very serious. 40 Iranian commanders got wiped out. And you know, they big mad in Iran. I'd be big mad too. Well, I'd be big mad. So first, before I really get into it, I love to look out for my subscribers and give my subscribers my personal uh, information for them. To all my subscribers, go fill your cars up with gas. Okay? If you can do it tonight, do it tonight. Because when you wake up tomorrow, gas might be $15 a gallon. I'm telling you. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? Because they just hit the Saudis' biggest oil refinery. Mm. So gas prices might shoot up, even though America can get the gas that they got from Venezuela. But you know how they greedy are. They might just charge us anyway, just because we don't know that they got gas. You just got gas from Venezuela. You don't need no gas from the Saudis. Duh. But they might. But this is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. So 40 commanders as of March 2nd, 2026, Israeli strikes have reportedly unalived 40 senior Iranian officials, including Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, RRGC Commander Maj General Mohammed Pakpar, and Armed Forces Chief of Staff Maj General Abdul Rahim Masavi. The strikes targeted top security leadership, creating a leadership vacuum and necessitating a transition council. So they hit all the big wigs. Boom, 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 boom. I seen the video of it. Oh man. They hit them hard. They hit them hard, and whoever was in the house with them. I mean, they hit them hard, Boom, 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 boom. I said, whoa, looks like a lot of builders was together and they wiped them all out. How accurate do you think the reported numbers by the media is? The reported numbers by the media are accurate if you know what I'm saying? If you consider by the time you get them, they're changing. So they're constantly changing. So by the time you get them, they're a little as accurate as they can get. It's impossible to be totally accurate when everything is constantly happening. So by the time they see something happen and get to tell us, something more might have happened. So it's as accurate as possible. But wiping them out is accurate. Yeah, they wiped them out. They wiped them out. That's accurate. Key officials, Ali, Kaminel, Maj General Mohammed, Major General uh, Abdul Rahim, Ali Shamkhani, Brigadier General Aziz, Hossein Jabal, Riza. I mean, they hit them hard. Saleh Assadi, Senior Regime Intelligence Officer. So they hit them hard with that. They hit them hard. Of course, the Iranians are hitting everything in sight. Dubai, Saudi Arabia, wherever they could reach, Israel, wherever they could reach, they letting it go. You know, see, one of the world's largest oil refineries was hit by an Iranian drone in Saudi Arabia on Monday, promoting officials to shut it down. It's up. It's very serious. Men, try to shelter your women as much as possible. Women, if you're watching, be strong. We don't want you to get scared and emotional, anything like that. But please be careful because it's going to be a lot of emotions flying, and you just don't know how many enemies is around us. Now, a bunch of Iranians been cheering because, like I said, 7,000 was unalive. So that side of the big protest between the two sides is very happy. So there's a lot of Iranians that are extremely happy. But there's probably more that's not. I've seen them come out, they had their black on. I guess they were mourning their leaders. And, when you mix government with religion, you know. So Iran linked strikes widen across Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Israel, with additional bombings in the United Arab Emirates, including Dubai and Britain's RAF Akrotiri, and Cyprus was also hit. So they hidden everything in sight. They're big mad. They're big mad. They're big mad. You know. Meanwhile, the U.S. took some hits, lost a few generals, lost some few soldiers. Are not able to restock supplies or whatever they need as quickly as they thought because areas where they were going to get rebooted, they can't go there. Some experts saying now it's going to take them 6 days to get to do what they got to do and get back, which is a problem. 6 days, 3 days to go get more missiles and everything, and 3 days to get back, which they're saying that's not going to get it. So Iran hit the U.S. strategically to make it harder for the U.S. to get supplies, to reboot with weapons. That was a miscalculation. I was looking at the head of Department of Defense, Pete, and Pete, Trump put somebody in there he could tell what to do, which is a mistake. Because when you can tell everybody what to do, you don't really have any advisors. So that was a big mistake. That was a huge mistake because Pete is bowing down to Trump. And how you going to get good advice when you got people in there that's not going to listen to you? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I think that's a problem. And the U.S. is having problems. Trump is too much like trying to be a dictator, so he's not going to be taking advice, which that might cause him a problem. Some news reports say he's trying to negotiate, and they're like, no. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no. Negotiate. Trump didn't want anybody in there to tell him advice and kind of tell him what to do sometime. He wouldn't have been in this mess if he would have kept this man in his position. Somebody that knows war and know. Pete don't know what he's doing. I was hoping he did, but I think Trump picked somebody that he could tell what to do. And in that type of position, you want somebody to tell you what should be done. That's why you have experts like this man here to give Trump advice when it comes to military. Trump never been to the military. He knows nothing about war. So he can't make good decisions about war. He doesn't know all the facts. You know what I'm saying? This is the problem of when you want to be a dictator, when you want to tell everybody what to do, you're going to be telling people what to do that knows what to do better than you in different circumstances. This is in all business, in the music business. I can't really tell the engineer how to record. I'm the executive producer, but I don't know how to work I'm not an engineer. So the engineer tells me how it has to be done. We can patch it over here and do it like that. I'm like, okay, do that. I can't tell them, no, patch it like that. I don't know how to patch it at all. You know, I'm not sure what their relationship is or nothing like that, but uh, they've been had too much influence in the United States with APAC and all that. Uh, there's too much Israeli influence in America affairs. They get dual citizenship, and so they citizens in both countries, and they could be basically working for the Israeli government and also be a politician over here. The one guy, he's been coming to work with his Israeli uniform on, all up in the Congress and the Senate. Just the, basically, that's treason. So you let too many of them in the government, basically. So I don't know how that's going. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But I do know this situation is serious. My moderators, if they find your comments to not be something fit, they're gonna get rid of you. So I don't know. The moderators are doing that. I'm not deleting nobody. The moderators, if they don't like what you're saying, if what you're saying is not good for it, if it's like trolling or negative, they're gonna get rid of you. All I can say is behave yourself. You probably know why they're being removed. I don't know. But the moderators, do your thing. If anybody's over here argumentative, out of line, get rid of them. They got to come fit in with our program. We already got a program over here. What's up, Big Z, man? I'm trying to do my best, bro. It's hard. It's a lot, especially this Z, man, because it's like that. I can get off of here and want to make something to eat, and something else will happen. It's crazy, bro. I can get off of here, man, and go try to make somebody come back, and all hell then broke loose. Like, oh man, I got to go report it. And I will be keeping you all updated if there's any problems here in the United States. We have to be safe traveling and all of that. And to try to let you know, don't put your emotions in it, and don't get in arguments with anybody over this, because most times you'll be arguing with somebody that's pretending to care. And when we have these type of situations where all these people pretend they care so much and they want to debate, just cloud chasing and phony. They could care less. And so I've since I've been over here trying to tell the news, I've had so many people want to get into the personal aspect of it, and all I'm doing is the news. That's it. I'm just reporting what's going on. And there's a lot going on. It's really great. I'm glad that uh, uh, Iran don't have any missiles that could reach the U.S. But these wars start out. What you see going on is light because they don't want to hurt. The U.S. doesn't trying to do this and take out the regime without hurting the citizens. That's pretty much what's going on. And Iran is trying to hurt United States without hurting the citizens too. They're not trying to really hurt the citizens. But Iran is attacking Muslim nations that they feel are not supporting them as Muslims. I'm sure Iran looks at Dubai and Saudi Arabia as sellouts. You see? But the fact is that Iran is outdated and they didn't want to upgrade their living the way they think. Iran is going to have to upgrade its thought pattern. And that is sad for them, but what you're going to do when your own people want to upgrade and things that you can enforce in the 1700s, 1800s, early 90s, you can't enforce those things in 2026. Like Iran's going to have to get in tune with the new world. They're not going to be able to have the same Iran. They're going to have a different Iran. And they're going to have to lose control of some of the Iranians. And they're going to have to deal with the ones that want to still be strict Iranians and let the other ones do what they do. They're not going to be able to force those people to all be really strict Muslims. And I don't think they came around to that. It took the Saudis, I think the Saudis is finally seeing that. Because these generations they have too much access to the outside world and they see the outside world and they don't want to do it your way no more. And your way could be the right way, but they don't want to hear it. Between the strict and the ones that don't, I would say um, uh, uh, 6 out of 10 don't, but 6 out of 10 don't. More don't, but under that regime is very dangerous. They can't say that. And then a lot of the women are forced, like in India. The women married to those husbands are forced to be what those husbands want them to be. They have like no choice. And a lot of those countries, India and the strict Arab countries, are very brutal when it comes to women. You'd be surprised about India and Pakistan when it comes to women. Oh man, I couldn't even say straight out how they are because they would ban my channel if I told you. I kid you not. Brutal, brutal, brutal. In India, brutal. You go look it up. Brutal. Some of the most brutal places are these really religious places. Be the worst. I kid you not. These really strict places be brutal. They rule with an iron fist. You don't have liberties and stuff like that. But this here situation, you all, is very serious. Thanks for the support. You all support the channel. It's always appreciated. This is this has the possibility to go really bad. Okay, the Iranians, after losing 40 senior Iranian officials, they about to wild out. They feel their way of life and their power is dwindling, and if they let America win, it's over for a lot of them. And a lot of times in those powers, the people that's in power have done some horrible things to the citizens. And the citizens want to do horrible things back to them. Horrible. I bet you wouldn't want to live over there because they rule by force. They don't rule by religion. They force you to do the religion. You don't get no choice like that. And so for them to unalive 7,000, some people say it's more than that, say it's like 8,000 9,000. But records are saying 7,000 of their own people they unalive. They not fit to run the country. The people was protesting. They wanted a different way of life. These are your relatives. These are your countrymen. And you just unalive and say, no, you got to do what I tell you. And you 1,000 years old. At what point is when an old man in his 70s and 80s go keep telling young people what to do with no compassion? They're like, okay, I know you all are younger. I've been doing this since the early 1900s. No, they keep their foot on the people's necks to do an old way. And the old way, see, the new way in a lot of these civilizations got a lot of wild, negative stuff. And then the old way had a lot of negative stuff. But it's two different types of negative. It's like the old way was negative too, but they don't like this negative. It's really weird. So now the new way is doing a different negative the way they look at it. So they're trying to oppress them. Because they look at it, if you don't want to dress a certain type of way, you're negative. If women want to show skin, it's negative. There's certain things they look at as negative. That's not really necessarily negative, but could get a little sleazy. But it don't compare to what you doing to people to try to keep them positive. You doing heinous things to people under the disguise you want them to be positive. How could you do heinous things to me for me to be positive? How could you unalive my mother because she was in a beauty shop or something, and now you want me to follow the religion, but you unalive my mother because she wanted to make herself look pretty according to what she think is pretty. You got some old dude telling you you don't need to be pretty. You don't need to do that. You need to look like what I tell you to look like and do what I tell you to do. I don't really agree with that. I just turned 68 and I don't think I got the right to tell young people how to live their life. I just don't think I got that right. I don't. I think if it's mistakes they're going to make, sometime they got to make their mistakes. They got to live their life. They can't live the life according to what I think is the life. Yeah, that's what's going on over there in that country. They're trying to keep the old ways going. Many times they'll be like, the new way is no good. I understand that too, but at what point do you want to take people's freedoms away to make their own decision? When you look at God or Allah, when you do something wrong, Allah just don't come out the sky and punish you. God don't just come out the sky and do nothing to you. Jehovah don't never come out the sky and punish you. So what gives man the right to do something in the name of God that God ain't even doing? God ain't even doing that. You saying, I understand you saying you want them to be right in the eyes of Allah. But Allah not even speaking for itself? Allah ain't saying nothing. And why would Allah care about a woman wearing a shorter dress and lipstick when there's people out here doing heinous things to babies and children? Isn't there more heinous, isn't there real things going on besides a woman wants some lipstick on and to look sexy? While there's men out here doing heinous things to babies? It's like your priorities is messed up with your religion. And then when it get to a point where you a man and I'm a man and you think as you the big man with a head wrap and you the hula holla, I'm supposed to listen to you like you better than me. Because you are Ayatollah. So you can tell me what to do and my family and tell us all what to do. So people ask me what I think about the living. I'll tell you the truth. I wouldn't put up with it. I wouldn't put up with that. I would never put up with that. If you want to go to heaven, go. If you think I'm going to hell, then let me go. I don't need you to. I don't need you to save me from going to hell. Thank you, no thank you. And I don't need you to make my life hell, claiming you're trying to save me from going to hell. Because sometimes when I look at you, you're the devil. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. The older my children got, the more rope I gave them to live their life. What they do as adults is none of my business. Period. I can't push no religion on them or nothing. And if they doing something wrong, they got a FA and FO. It's just like that simple. So I think even though this situation is crazy, I think Iran is headed for a lot of problems. Them young people is not going to live that life. That life is over. And Iran is going to lose a lot of people in the war, and still, those people are not going to want to live how they live. I seen when they had the mourning, them ladies, it looked ridiculous to me. All of them in all that black, and everybody looked the same. Nobody got no identity. It looked crazy. Always. Anytime you're at war, all your enemies study you. But if you study the United States right now, you won't get nothing out of it because this war is only going that way because Iran is surrounded by mountains. So if you're in a place that's not surrounded by mountains, you won't learn much from this war. Because in your country, we're going to come with boots on the ground. We ain't got no boots on the ground because they was down in a hole of mountains. And when you put your troops down in there, you can't get them out. But if your country not like that, you're not going to learn too much from uh, us fighting Iran. If you're not Iran and you're not surrounded by water, we're not going to fight you the way we fight Iran. So if I was a country that wasn't surrounded by mountains, I wouldn't pay this war much attention. This this wouldn't have any effect on me fighting the United States because the United States don't have to fight me the way they have to fight them. So other countries can't learn nothing from this unless you surrounded by mountains like Iran. But if you ain't surrounded by mountains like that, there's nothing you can learn from this. If you live where you ain't surrounded by water, they gonna drop 10,000 tanks on you. they gonna drop they gonna drop 10,000 tanks on you. They gonna come at you with helicopters, tanks, all kind of jets and everything, low flying planes. They got to use high flying planes with that because they got to fly over the mountain ridges and try to bomb you down in there. And one reason America seems to not be doing well is so the world is so messed up because when you see people say America's not doing good in the war, that's so low because the only reason they not because they don't want to blow up everybody. They don't want to fly over their mountain ranges and just bomb everybody, right? So you got to understand that America is trying to have a decent, trying to be halfway decent. That's why it's taking losses because it's trying to be halfway decent. It ain't trying to just fly over there and bomb the whole thing and blow it all up. So you got to understand what's going on here. America is trying to make one regime quit so the other ones that lost to 7,000 could take over. You understand? No, because it's war. It's not really gangster. It's war, and it's like this. I'm gonna say this again. America wasn't thinking about Iran. This is Iran. Some people split away. These people split away. These are traditional Iranians. These people started protesting, saying they were sick of the traditional. So they was protesting their own country. These Iranians unalived 7,000 of their own people. And nobody let that. These Iranians unalived 7,000 Muslims. So when everybody be talking about Muslims versus Hebrews and Israelites, no, these Iranians that's running the place unalived 7,000 Muslim Iranians. Muslims. They just let that sink in. They talking all this Muslim stuff. These Muslims unalive 7,000 of these Muslims that won't change, that been protesting for months. I've been watching the protests. They've been protesting, they've been begging for change. Instead of these Muslims sitting down with their own Muslim citizens and discussing it, they unalive 7,000 of them. So now this side of the ones running things, and you still got this side, they're mad. America's trying to hurt this side enough where this side can take over. So America's trying to help Iranians take over Iranians. They're trying to weaken this side so that the ones that lost 7,000 can take over and change their government. That is what Trump is trying to do. Nobody won't say that but me. This has nothing to do with Israel. Now, Israel, no, it's not. No, that's wrong. No, 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 no. No, this is not, this has nothing to do with Shiite Sunni. No, 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 please. It's the same people. It's the strict ones, and it's the one don't want it to be so strict. They don't want to live strict like that. Same people. They're all Shiite. Iranians are Shiites, all of them. They're the same people, cousins, relatives. It's a younger group that don't want to live like the older, ancient ones want to do. They don't want to do that no more. They've been protesting for change in their country. Their own people. And because their own people right here want to change, they unalive 7,000 of their own Muslim Iranian citizens. That's what they did. There's nothing righteous about that. America, you were enemy to America because you did the same thing to the Shah of Iran. And then that's how you radicals took over. And you held American hostages for 400 days. Now, if I was watching American hostages being held in Iran for 400 days, and Trump is older than me, Trump's seen that too. And all these older politicians, they hate Iran. Iran held American hostages for 400 days. They ops. Ben Ops. Ain't nobody gonna forget that. And as soon as you slip, yeah, they coming for your neck. They ain't forgot. These politicians and newsmen that's older than me, they lived through that. These people that they held was people's relatives. They held them for 400 days and overthrew the government and put that radical government in power. This was like, I think, in the 80s, 70s, 80s, probably late 70s, early 80s. Somewhere in there. Somebody look up the Iran hostage situation. Every night, they're like day one, day two, day three. Ted Koppel come on every night and report about the Americans they was holding over there in Iran. So America hates Iran, but not the whole Iran, right? Because the Shah of Iran was their side, and the other ones overthrew the American side. 1979, exactly. I was 21. That's what's going on. So this was the American side. This was the radicals. The radicals overthrew the Americans. And now the Americans want to overthrow the radicals. Yeah, the Ayatollah regime took over from the Shah of Iran. And so ain't no love lost. And if it wasn't for the two sides being over there, this war would be over. They would have blew the whole thing up. But it's two sides over there. It's two sides. They don't want to hurt the other side. There's a side over there that ain't fanatical, like the fanatical side. I don't like the fanatics because I don't like nobody I can't go around. They said that back then in 79. That's when they started saying that. Right? And when you talk about that D to America, you talk about me. So I'll boot up too. Yeah, I'm just talking historical. You see what I'm saying? I'm just talking historical. And then they babies, they're not my age. They babies, I eat them all out. They don't know nothing. You talking to somebody, listen, I just turned 68. I was born 1958. So when you listen to me, you getting it raw history, raw. You getting a raw living history, world history, American history, raw. Not no little baby that wasn't even here. If you wasn't here with the Shah of Iran, you wouldn't know what this is about. You wouldn't know. You would think Trump just don't like that regime. No, that regime unalived a lot of American soldiers. Yeah, they released the black Americans, yeah. Everybody was doing that, the Vietnamese and everybody. We you know what I'm saying? So they just try. So now nobody was bothering Iran until Iran, the crazy regime, unalived 7,000 people that was fighting for their freedom. They own people. So the crazy Iranians, they some liars, they phony. Because they're going to turn around and say that America attacked them after they unalived 7,000 of their own people. That ain't phony. That's not phony to y'all. That's not phony that the crazy regime in Iran unalived 7,000 Iranians, they own Muslim people, and then want to pretend that America is did something to them when they just got rid of 7,000 of their own. That ain't phony. America ain't unalived 7,000 of them yet. They're unalived 7,000 of their own young people. And now they're going to try to play victim. Oh, it's just attacking us for no reason. Boy, shut up. America's trying to help this side get back, trying to knock this side down so them people can get their liberation. It's a righteous thing what Trump doing. He doing right. So with the two sides, he don't want to just blow the whole place up because he got this side. You understand? He don't want to go in there and blow everything up because he got this side and you got that side. He don't want to hurt the ones that won't change. You see, when they got rid of Ayatollah, a lot of them was cheering. It was one side mourning, and it was the other side was happy and cheering. Go look it up. Go search cheering in Iran after Ayatollah. You're going to see them. It's Iranians that love America right now and hope America get rid of them terrorists they live under. And then a lot of people that's talking is phony because you wouldn't want to live over there. You're phony. It ain't one no person been in my chat that will want to live under them Ayatollahs. I don't know what you think about the Ayatollah, but I bet you wouldn't want to live under that. I bet you that. You don't know you don't know that, man. It's brutal. It's so brutal. I can't even tell you what they be doing. I'll get flagged. If I gave you the details on what those Iranians under the Ayatollah were doing to people, just go search a picture and look at the ones. I don't want to show it because they don't. You're not supposed to show other people's pictures without their permission. But go look at the pictures of the dudes and tell me they look like nice men. Yeah, and they've been like that. They've been all them fanatical religious dudes. They be crazy. Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. And then when he get old, his cronies be worse than him. And he just be the figurehead, right? Because he old. So if they leave this old man under here, the 10 people under him can just do whatever they want to do because the old man ain't going to stop them. See, this is how they do. They let the old man be the Ayatollah. But the ones under him, the one doing everything, he can't do nothing about it. If he try to stop the ones under him, they'll get rid of him and put another guy. But he don't run nothing. Ayatollah don't run nothing. That's why America got rid of all the other ones. Those is the ones. Wouldn't be no social media. You know what I'm saying? I try on social media. And under him, man, listen. Man, they'll lay me there, chop these dreads off my head. Boy, I had to put on a head wrap and a big old, man, listen, I had to pray 5 times a day. And you better let them not catch you on your knees when you're supposed to be on your knees. And watch what happens. And then they filthy rich and you a peasant. You ain't going to have nothing. You ain't gonna have nothing. You gonna have on the raggedy Islamic clothes, and they gonna have on the silk. They gonna have on the silk. I'm telling you, and they the same rich, greedy people, just religious rich. And then when you see them all wrapped up like that, trying to look humble, go back to his palace and go back to his palace. Go back in his palace, go in his bedroom, see all the naked women at his palace. And he out here got all the women out here wrapped up, but back at his palace, they all prostitutes and naked. That's a fact. Boy, let me tell you, they got the people doing one thing and they rich and they doing the total opposite. After 9/11, when they went in them apartments where them strict Muslims was at, and they had all that Islamic paintings, when they moved it, it was naked white women. They hung the religious painting over the naked women. Go look it up. When the feds went to their apartments, they had all these religious things hanging up, and when they took them down, it was naked women. They would cover up the naked women with the religious pictures. The same thing the fanatical Christians do, right? Was touching the boys, right? Oh, he the father, holy father at the Catholic Church, right? He the holy father. And how many children got mistreated under them holy men? You ever been around holy people? Have you ever been around somebody that's extremely holy, like they overdoing it? What they really be like? They be wicked. That's why they overdoing it. Don't nobody overdo holy like that. Regular people just regular. My father was a great man. He never did all that extra Jesus stuff. Never bothered nobody. Was a really nice man. Was a great man. My daddy never did all that over the top Jesus stuff. Over the top Allah. That's phony. Them be the devils. Especially when they get to a point they want to punish you because you're not over. Oh no, you're not religious enough. What you mean I ain't religious enough? And then want me doing stuff and they ain't even doing it. Heck yeah, Tyson. They ain't doing nothing what they want the people to do. I'm telling you. Go look at the Ayatollah. You could tell he didn't know what was going on. They just got him sitting in the seat. He wasn't running nothing. Go look at his picture. He wasn't running nothing. Now the other Ayatollah before him, now he was mean as they come. Like he was running stuff, but he was, man, he looked like somebody out of horror. Man, that dude right there, he looked like somebody out of a horror movie. Yeah, he looked evil. The other Ayatollah took over out from the Shah. And the Shah wasn't no good either. I mean, I ain't got to tell the whole story. The Shah was just making money and stuff, but he wasn't doing all that crazy stuff they was doing. It went from bad to worse. Let's put it like that. But the U.S. is trying to help the one side to weaken the evil side enough so the other side can take over. That's all. And if the evil side go too far, then everybody gonna get a spanking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of the world's largest oil refineries was hit by an Iranian drone in Saudi Arabia on Monday, prompting officials to shut it down. Yeah. As of March 2nd, 2026, Israeli strikes have reportedly unalived 40 senior Iranian officials, including Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, IRGC Commander Major General Mohammed Pakpour, and Armed Forces Chief of Staff Major General Abdul Rahim Mousavi. The strikes target top security leadership, creating a leadership vacuum and necessitating a transition council. Breaking news: the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, has been struck by two Iranian drones, according to two U.S. officials. The embassy was relatively empty given the overnight hours. Everybody else, too, post what's going on. Uh, much respect to G-Rock for keeping us going on. If you all see any updates, anything going on, post it. That way we're all like helping each other keep up with what's going on and kind of using social media in a different way. We're going to use it. We're going to use social media in a different way than everybody else. And I didn't know this was going to happen when I decided to do the news. So I'm looking at it as like some type of way I was supposed to do this. And so if you see anything going on, he says it just happened 40 minutes ago. See anything going on, anytime we live or in the comments, put news in the comments too. So please help by posting news updates in the chat and post in the comments, even when the discussion is over. So when other people go to the comments, there's news. So if you see any of these posts and you have more information about that particular part of the story, put it in there. But mostly post in the newest one so people can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to help each other. Iran got those drones. Iran got a really good military. See, that's a great question. You don't see how Iran could fight. Iran could fight like that because after Desert Storm, Iran went to war with Iraq. They had to step their game up because after America got through in Iraq, not too long after that, Iran and Iraq got into a serious war. Okay? Iran versus Iraq. Arab versus Persian, basically. Because the Iranians are Persians and the Iraqis was Arabs. They don't like each other. So that's how Iran, after that, said we got to have, anytime it could be a war, we need to be ready. Because we can end up back in another war with Iraq. So they've been getting ready And they realize, if we got to be ready. So ever since that Iraq war, they've been stockpiling. But they looking better than they are because the U.S. don't want to hurt the Iranians that's trying to change the country. If it was just straight up Iran against the U.S. without two different types of Iranians, this war would be over already. You understand? This war would be over. The only reason they not wiped out because there's two sides in America trying to help the other side take over. It's these Iranians and these Iranians. And America's trying to help these Iranians take over these Iranians. So they don't want to hurt the ones that just lost 7,000 people. If you think I'm lying, go Google right now. 7,000 Iranians unalive. And it's going to show you that they unalive their own protesters. 7,000. Imagine me protesting in America and the American government unalive 7,000 of us for protesting. You can say what you want to say about Trump. They had big protests for Trump all across this country. Did he unalive 7,000 protesters? Well, the Ayatollah did. 7,000. You know how many people that is? Of your own people? You got to get them out of there. They bloodthirsty. They not good people. If they'll do that to their own, imagine what they'll do to y'all. They brutal. They rule by fear. Half of the people that's still on their side only there because they scared. When America liberate that country, all of them going to be cheering, except a handful. Watch what I tell you. They all going to start coming out and say, I'm so glad I was just afraid to say something. Watch. The only ones like him is the favorites that he giving a lot of money that's close to him, that's robbing the country and living better than everybody else. You know it's the same story. You know that. Y'all know it's the same story. Them holy clothes don't mean nothing. The ones at the top is robbing the rest of them and ruling them by force. They can't rule us in America by force because we got the right to bear arms. And we get a government to business. But over there, you ain't got no rights. And they the only ones that got arms. They the only ones, you know what I'm saying? And you just a peasant. They got to shut up and do what they tell you. And pray. And stay on your knees. Facts. And now Trump got to be polite because it ain't a real war because he don't want to hurt the ones he's trying to help. He just trying to help them other people. Trump is trying to help Iranians get from other Iranians. That's a fact. I ain't going to hate on Trump on this one. Trump is taking all these chances looking bad, doing something super righteous. Man, whatever pop off, pop off. Let them keep playing. Let them keep playing. Let them play. I tell you this, if they threaten the life of the American citizens and we suit up, anybody gonna get it. We're gonna wipe somebody out. I tell you that. And I'm 68. But I bet you if I was in my 20s or 30s and I get suited and booted, me and the guys, and we get in the military and we come to your place playing, where you gonna sit in? We ain't even started drafting and sending the Goonie Goons over there. We got some Goonie Goons that do, that's all they do here. So they'll be perfect. Don't nobody want no smoke. We'll empty these prisons and send them over there. Don't nobody want no smoke like that. We ain't even at full military capability. We just playing. Because we can empty these prisons and dump them over there where you at. And I speak for Chicago, man. Iraqis will do them dirty. I'm going to tell you straight up. Ask the Vietnamese, ask anybody. Ask anybody about the black man when he suit up and come. Nah, you Iraqi. No, I'm going to rock you. Yeah, I'm going to call a rock you. I'm a rock, call me. I'm a rock you. You Iraqi, I'm a rock you. That's what tribe I'm from. I'm a rock you tribe. Punk, you know what I'm saying? I would just tell you, we've been in the Revolutionary War, World War One, World War Two, the Civil War, Vietnam. That's what we do. We can't beat the whole Iran. I'm just saying us in the United States government with the United States government, not just us. I'm just saying they ain't had the draft. See, people don't know about the draft. My mother worked for the draft board. My mother once used to draft people. When they have a draft and send American men that ain't volunteer to your place and train us with the newest weapons, you out of here. And if you put the shorties in them planes and stuff, they play video games so much, all that stuff just like video games, they're gonna wipe you out. The shorties play war all day. They good at it. I bet they have. They're gonna go over there, but they trying to do it strategically because they don't want to hurt the protesters and the Iranians that they trying to help. They trying to liberate these Iranians from these Iranians. That's what you got to always remember. This is a liberation movement. This is Trump doing something that people would never fit in his character. Because you know, Trump is a strange guy. Trump is really a good guy. He just he's half crazy, half good. That's the best way to put it. He got two sides. Basically. They want to liberate them people over there. And they said he doing it for the Israelis. Trump don't trust them Israelis. He just pretending. In the end, the Israelis gonna lose. Watch. The Israelis trying to be all slick, and in the end, watch. Y'all young, y'all gonna see it. Everybody act like, oh, they gonna do all this stuff. Because they not even really who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on, though, y'all. That's what's really going on. The Trump administration seen a weakness in Iran, seen that they were split, seen that these people wanted to get away from the fanatics, and then the fanatics hurt a bunch of these people, and Trump say, if we go knock the fanatics down, then these people will be able to take over. So they just trying to hurt the fanatics in Iran enough for the other people to take over. Breaking news. The U.S. Embassy in Doha, Qatar has been struck by two Iranian ballistic missiles, according to the BBC News just out. And it was closed, but yeah, they hitting it. They trying to hit anything. And on behalf, and the Iranians are trying to get rid of their old weaponry and get to their new weapons. So they're saying, once we get rid of these old weapons, we're going to show y'all our new stuff. And they only woofing because you can't have no ground war. It's the only advantage. You can't go in there. The mountains is around, and they taking advantage of the mountains, shooting rockets out of those mountains. And they made a whole lot of weapons because, like I said, they had that war with Iran. I mean, with Iraq. So the Iranians, after that last war, they said never again. So they just made weapons, 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 because they realized how quick war could come. That's why the Iranians got so many weapons, a lot, because of that war they had with Iran. Iran and Iraq, I mean, with Iraq. So the Iranians was making weapons, 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 because they had that war with whoever took over after Saddam Hussein. After Saddam, somebody else took over, and then they went to war. They went to war, Iraq and Iran. It was an ugly war, too. But this ain't over. And, go fill your car with gas. Go fill your car. If you got two cars, fill them both up. If you got a car and a van, a truck, whatever, fill them up now. Fill them up, sit still. Fill them up. Because gas going to go up. This is not going to be no quick situation. But the next time the U.S. hit Iran, it's going to be ugly. So Iran better do what they're going to do now, because when they get hit next time, when they reload and the U.S. come back, to me, Iran ain't got a chance because they causing more people to get in. Because when you hit Dubai, Dubai is an international hangout. So all the other countries that go to Dubai say, okay, that's too much. So now you got Britain in it. You're going to have all these European countries. And Spain said they're not in it, but they're going to end up getting into it too. Germany going to get in it. Britain is in it already. The whole NATO is going to get in it. And it ain't going to be nobody but half of Iraq, because that's not the whole Iraqis. It's going to be them against NATO and the United States. And Putin is not going to get in because Putin is not going to risk none of his people for nobody like that. And China not going to get in because Russia and China know Iraq ain't got a chance in the world. This war would be over if it wasn't for Trump trying not to hurt the protesters that's against the government. The reason NATO's not in because Trump said to hell with NATO. Trump said he didn't want to be in NATO no more because NATO wasn't paying their fair price. He said the only reason America would want to be bothered with NATO, everybody got to pay their price because NATO was making America pay for everything, and they was just bums. So NATO is mad because Trump called them bums, said they broke bums that don't want to pay their share. Trump is right. Them dudes was in NATO, but want America to pay for everything. Want America to buy all the weapons and everything, and they don't buy nothing. And Trump said, y'all owe America a lot of money. And they owe America a lot of money. We fronted a lot of bills for them. That's why they don't like Trump, because Trump ain't no politician. Trump a businessman. They don't like him. He like, where the bread at? I ain't them other presidents. You can't take money, don't pay us. Where the bread? That's why people don't understand Trump. Trump not a president. Trump a businessman. He trying to get a bag and he trying to collect debts owed. They say he getting a bag. He not getting no bag for people. A businessman gonna get his bag and get you a bag. You just gotta be ready to get it when he let tell you. He gonna get you a bag. Yeah, they gotta leave the Middle East because they blowing up all the airports and everything. They wilding. They can't get out of Dubai. Why you think Iran attacking the airports? But Iran bogus because Iran know the only reason America don't blow them out the water because they don't want to hurt the good Iranians that's protesting the bad ones. Iran kind of bogus. I'll be honest with you. Iran playing because they know that the only reason they not getting done dirty because Trump trying to help the protesters that this side unalive 7,000. He trying to help this group get in power. So he don't want to blow them both up. So he trying not to blow them both up. He just trying to target this group so this group can take over. But they don't know nothing about, dude, if you piss him off, he going to be like, the hell with both groups. They piss him off, he gonna be like, well, listen, man, we worry about that later. We gotta go ahead. We gotta go ahead and do what we gotta do. They playing. Let them push it too far and see what happens. I don't like Iran though, because Iran unalive 7,000 Iranian protested for a better life. What a bunch of scumbags. And it ain't that I don't like Iranians because I support the ones who's protesting. I don't like the Iranian government. I ain't got no problem with the decent Iranians that wanted a better life. They just wanted a better life. They didn't want to live under them weirdos. And people, I don't like them weirdos. I don't like them. I don't like them officials, them government, them Iranian government. I know I don't like them. Now the Iranian people different, but the Iranian government, I know they some suckers and some blood suckers and some vampires. I know that. Unit and people talking about America attacking Muslims, but the Iranians killed unalive 7,000 of their own people. What y'all think about the Iranians unaliving 7,000 Iranians, Muslims? A lot of brothers came over here talking about Muslims. Don't hurt the Muslims. The Iranians unalive 7,000 of their own Muslim citizens. So Islam is out here. They don't respect Islam. Is there black Iranians? I don't know. I don't know. I doubt it, but it might be a couple over there. I ain't never searched it. Somebody search black Iranians. It might be black folks everywhere. They might be in a region somewhere. Usually the blacks be dipped off in a region over here that ain't mixed up in everything. It might be. I ain't never heard of it though. One time they had black folks, but I don't think they got none now. I ain't never seen one. I know the yeah, I know that don't attack Muslims is phony when you just unalive 7,000 of your own Muslim population. That ain't phony. They're trying to pretend like somebody's attacking Muslims when they just unalive 7,000 Muslims. That's phony. The Iranian government just unalived 7,000 Iranian citizen Muslims. They own people, Muslims. And now they want to pretend that America's attacking Muslims. Why are they blowing up Dubai and all the Muslim? Do I think she made the right decision to fully back Trump? Yeah, because to go against him, her money get cut off. She know he crazy. She playing the game the way the game got to be played, Chelsea. He the president. Yeah, she's supposed to back the president if she want to get anything. To go against the president, especially Trump. Some presidents you don't have to back them. You're all right. Y'all know Trump. You don't back Trump. Not only do we hate you, he cut off everything you got. Y'all know he crazy. If you put me on TV right now and say, Pharaoh, do you back Donald Trump? I'd be like, absolutely. Boy, I ain't crazy. I'm not for to play with dudes. I'll be lying, but hey, I won't be dying. I'll be lying, but I won't be dying. Boy, what you think I'm finna say? Dude, crazy. I absolutely support Donald Trump. Boy, listen, the game is to be so not told. Dude, crazy. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I ain't kidding. And then I'm going to end this. Leave Trump name out your mouth. You don't got to really like him, but just be quiet. He petty. He petty. I'm telling you. You just make trouble for yourself. Dude is petty. He petty. You don't want to mess your life up getting involved with something that really ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't make no difference. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no difference. So why would I go out here and holler at the Trump government and tell them I can't stand them and get that pressure put on me? That don't even make sense. Just mind your business. I don't do that in the hood. I don't go outside talking about I hate GDs. I hate all the GDs. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not healthy nowhere. Sometimes you ain't got a dog in the fight, so just be quiet. You understand? Who is y'all? Who is y'all? Who is y'all? When you say y'all, who is y'all? Everybody in the chat is y'all? I'm not praying for no Iran. Okay, so let me ask you something. You praying for Muslims. What about the 7,000 Muslims that they unalive? Are you praying for them? Because the Ayatollah and their regime eliminated and unalived 7,000 Iranian Muslims. You don't make no sense. Because Muslims killed Muslims in Iran. Look it up and come back. 7,000. 7,000 Muslims, the Iranians leadership unalived 7,000 of their own Muslim citizens. And you talk about Muslims as brothers. So those brothers eliminated 7,000 of their brothers? Yes or no? What you got to say about Iran unaliving 7,000 Iranians? I thought you said they was brothers. Why would they be doing the insurrection? And why would I listen to a Muslim named Mob Boss Baby? Bro, listen. Don't come over here trolling. Go get you some business, okay? Go get you some business. I'm not listening to you. Listen, I'm not listening to you, okay? Your name Mob Boss Baby. You the Mob Boss Baby Muslim. You all over the place. Boy, shut up talking to me. Y'all. Here we come with the y'all. You already know they lanes when they start saying y'all. When they start lumping everybody together. Y'all just don't understand. Like, bro, you don't know what nobody believe over here. Who the hell is y'all? Who is y'all? Y'all. You know what I'm saying? Who is y'all? Right then I know. Oh, here we go with the y'all. Y'all just don't understand. Bro, move to Iran and go help them out. Yeah, go to Iran and help them out. You know what I'm saying? Go to Iran and help them out. And my boss is Italian. You what? He Italian. He's an Italian Muslim. He's Italian mob boss. He's Italian mob boss, black Muslim. You know what I'm saying? He all over the place. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute he's a righteous Muslim. The next minute he doing extortions and bank robberies. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? Try to tell somebody what to do, bro. Go raise your kids. I'm a grown ass man. I already said what his goal is. His goal is to help the opposition take over the country. That's his goal. To get these Iranians out so these Iranians can take over. That's it. They wouldn't even speak to him over there. You know what I'm saying? He just running his mouth. He go over there, man, they'll treat him like bubble gum on the bottom of their shoe. They wouldn't respect that man over there. Unless he was some kind of big time diplomat, but just mob boss from the hood go to Iran black like that over there. Why he don't go there? He ain't never going over there. I don't be listening to brothers. That man ain't never going to Iran. I've been around black men like that my whole life. I don't be listening to that, especially on the internet. They even worse. They'll say anything on the internet. I don't be listening to that. Dude ain't never going to Iran. Don't know nothing about Iran, and ain't no serious Muslim. Name no doggone crime boss. He ain't even standing on Islam himself. He ain't standing on nothing. He just told you can do crimes. He's a crime boss for Allah. I make that make some sense. I ain't trying to hear a dude talking about. Want to come over here and troll, bro? Go to bed. It's past your bedtime. I'm just saying. Let me get off of here. We made our point. We talked about what's going on. There's two sides, and this is an opportunity to overthrow the other side and to help the one side take over the other side. Like you said, I was trying to have an insurrection after an insurrection because there was an insurrection back when the Shah from Iran was in there, and these people in there is in there because of an insurrection. Let me look into my crystal ball. You understand? You asking me what Trump gonna do? Do you understand what you're asking me? Do you understand what you're asking me? Do you know how that sound? You asking me what Trump gonna do? Okay, I'll tell you what he's gonna do. Trump is going to have looking into the future. When Trump gets finished with this, he's going to he's going to invade. I think this is Canada. He's going to invade Canada. He's going to knock down another part of the White House to redo it. And it's getting fuzzy. It's getting fuzzy. Unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up. How the hell I know? You know what I'm saying? Let me call him. Hold on, hold on. Hello? Hello? Donnie, what's up? Donnie, what's up? Listen, I got somebody in my chat. They asked me what you're gonna do next. Don't ask you that. Right now you're trying to go to bed. You pissed at Pete. Pete mess. Damn, man, you ain't got it. Hello? Hello? He hung up. He hung up. He hung up. He told me to get the F off his phone. He got he don't got time to play with me. That's what he said. That's what he told me. He told me he told me get the F off his phone. He don't got no time to play with me. You know what I'm saying? I hung up. So I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like he's mad right now. He don't seem like he in no good mood. I did see a picture of him hollering at Pete. I don't know what he gonna do. We're gonna watch. It's gonna get interesting. I tell you what you all better not do. Don't go into no crowded spaces. Stay out the way. Because you have Muslims that will interject themselves into this. Okay? So you got a lot of crazy people out here. A lot of them. You say you looked it up, and there are black Iranians in southern coastal province. I figure there's black people everywhere. Iran is really big, got a lot of mountainous areas. It's not like Chicago and all that. And it's not really, it's a tribal, right? So even though they're Iranians, technically, inside the country, they're like tribes. Because, Islam was put together from a bunch of tribes. There really wasn't no people to start Islam. It was a bunch of tribes, like a bunch of nomad, like tribes. When, especially when Belial was going around teaching. So there's a bunch of clans like China. It's a bunch of clans. It's not really Chinese, you know. America, remember it was Comanche, Apache. Most of these places was a bunch of different tribes, and then when they become a country, then they say, okay, we Americans. But America is what's America? It's Mexicans, it's blacks, it's whites, it's Asians, right? So it's a bunch of people that not the same, just calling themselves Americans because they named the land that, They're not really Americans like that. So Iranians, I bet you it's some Asian type Iranians too, like there too, like Mongolian type. I bet you some Mongolian type of ones there too. It's gonna be a mess. I doubt if I be gone all night. Maybe nothing can happen. I can go, come back, and just talk about some other regular conversations. Because I've been doing this war a lot. I don't mind though, but I'm gonna keep y'all informed if there's more war going on. And this the news.